it would depend on form on the day. OpTic looking absolutely, well, borderline flawless, to be honest with you. That 10-2 half and then closing out in convincing fashion. But the Deaths make a couple of really good points. And it comes down to homework. Now, if OpTic actually come back and do what they did on map 1, and really look to kind of disrupt the macro for Loud and really play off-beat, that's what's going to be interesting here for Breeze.
I just, the concept that you can reinvent yourself this quickly, or be that prepared this quickly.
Absolutely. I mean, credit to FNS and Chet in that regard, in terms of having the foundations there to achieve it.
So we go in, it will be Loud on the attacking side, and OpTic on the defending side. Yeah, you're going to be noted very swiftly here, and it's a relatively straightforward piece. Aspas going to crack the site open, taking down FNS, and the follow-up just as sharp. 2 already for Aspas, and the site's theirs.
Sassy and Aspas coming in. The shock dart doing any damage initially. Aspas trying to slip closer and closer to the ball, and actually Victor pops in, and Crashes finds a second.
Have they equaled this up? The spike's not been planted, so now there's problems. Pancada and Les, where are you going to try and bail this out from? I guess Les's position, doing his best Marvin impression at this point. All the way around. See if you can make any impact out of this. Noting no one should relay big information to Pancada, who's in a whole lot of danger. He's in so much trouble. And now Pancada can at least find one, but he lost Les in the meantime. He's got 2 players in front of him. OpTic somehow hold back the flood there.
It's a 3v5 as well. Technically 3v4 with Les being so disconnected, but the Sheriffs in the hands of Aspas and Sassy finding damage on the way back through. But Victor goes huge. Beautiful play inside the smoke there. And that's a scary stat. OpTic, the only team in history to beat Loud on Breeze. That's mind-blowing. There's just so many storylines, so much history to this matchup as well. And there's common denominators between it. With Loud's few losses here and there, how many of those are accredited to OpTic?
The perpetual nemesis, it feels like, just gravitating towards each other. So hard to avoid each other, it feels, but always providing some of the best games we've seen. There's contact made. Yay, gonna go out the better in that one. Walk away, sitting pretty. On the other side, Aspas down to 24.
No confirmation behind that though, but it being Aspas, a big indicator. And the wall to confirm it as well. Potentially a couple bits of utility. They're not feeling any pressure just yet though.
No, but they should be able to get the spike planted. They've fought Sadak, and now with that going in, he's going to fall back a little bit more careful. Crashy's just farming. So far, no threats. Have to see if they're able to find enemies. They do try and take a step towards the side. Pancada less, all forced away, and only 1 to 4. It'll be Pancada finding Yate. The defuse will come in. 4 standing for OpTic, no problems yet.
I think Loud just banking on getting away with the extra 300 from this, especially with Aspas taking such an early tag. 2 on the board for OpTic, 4 left standing. Actually, even if Yate wants to ride this through with potentially just a headhunter, no, you're going to throw a rifle in the mix. And the light shield. Crashy's great early progress towards that Hunter's Fury as well. And 3 light shields here for Loud. Aspas, Sassy, Les. Stacked up here outside B once again. And that dart going to be sent towards backside. That should imply that this is a fairly pacey hit if that dart is sent immediately.
I don't think it will know much because they're playing so far forward. Forced to challenge now, Marvel alone. He's now in danger actually. Kind of left by front pillar. Swings it off the flash. Still going to post one back, but couldn't get back quick enough. Les is already there and taking the side control. Spike can go down somewhat uncontested unless Crashies just goes head first through this. Not the case. Passing the Owl drone, exploring the players, and should be able to start stepping towards the site. No one's watching the cross until then. Sassy going to swing back out, leaving just Victor and Crashies here.
Marshall to work with, but Crashy's got so close here. Aspas completely unaware of the possibility.
How is he here? How is he here?
What?
How did he get there?
What were Loud doing on site? What was being held?
Apparently nothing.
Crashy just slips into Loud's formation on that post plant. I mean, the first is a given. The second and the third, outrageous.
Give me the replay.
He's too right.
Whose job was it?
Close right. One ladder. Close side, ladder. Holy shit! Oh.
Yeah, we're all surprised.
Cool, calm, and collected in comms as well.
Yeah.
Almost the expected outcome.
I'm dazed after that one, and Loud will be furious at that too. The outcome, not the problem. It was how they got there that's the issue, and Marv trying to get in their faces, but that's a recoverable rifle eventually. Flash can go through, catch Victor on the jump peak. Aspas now at least has the angle to play with. Wall goes up. Spray in on this. Do they have that rifle back in hand yet? There it is.
Aspas just grabbed it for finesse.
Finesse, this is perfect. He's going to see one. One slips through, but that's fine. Sadak tries to backfill it. The tag, that's good enough. A 3v3 now, still chaotic enough that it could go down either way, but no progress to the site itself. And Crashes, you kidding me, dude? You can't walk main dry. This guy is just filthy with it. Infuriating. Crashes just adding insult to injury. Wow, thought they had a real nice shot here on this one. They're trying to make something happen, but Sadak shot gets Victor. Needs one more, but it's Ye, the final boss. And they have no idea where he is. Going through the motions, predicting the backside of cave, but Ye posted up by Yellow spots him. 5 HP, Mike. It's not enough, surely.
Good flash to work with. Still got the fragment. Yeah, he does have the operator, so he's gonna try and creep onto a close angle. The flash, I think, just landing. See Ye's reposition here, but the knife could change this if it removes the headhunter, but Sadak posted up.
Oh, Ye steps in. Escorts Sadak out. Nullifying the threat that could have come from this, but again, we look at, I want us to really dissect what we're seeing from OpTic there. Almost over-facing, over-peaking, taking very aggressive fights against Sheriffs and ults, bits and pieces.
I mean, similar to what we saw in Ascent, right? A little more unleashed here, because like you said, previously OpTic have looked very good in anti-ecos.
Oh yeah.
Crashes though, making this doable. And again, key damage done onto Sadak. Needed the ace to close things out, but already drawing out a timeout on the side of Loud. Good ultimate progress as well on this first cycle. Hunter's Fury obviously available for Crashes. He's at 9-2 right now.
Jeez.
An amazing start to Breeze. 4 unanswered rounds. Loud have to consider their approach. The concern being if things slip back into what we saw on Bind. Yes, the halves differing, but with a little off pace, indecisive, hesitant in some scenarios. And that's so uncharacteristic. That's things you can sort of attribute to maybe map 1 being extremely taxing on Sadak in particular.
Oh, I can only imagine.
They need some confidence boosts, especially after then getting blown out of the water in map 2.
Yeah, you're right. So probably the right time to be hitting that first time out here. Talk through options. Now adjust expectation after seeing a couple of rounds come through. And they get that decent buy coming in here as well. 4 rifles, not going to have full shields though, still with 1 light on Sassy. And the approach is everything here for Loud. They know they're going to be tested, but again, we look at which tempo and pace OpTic will come in with. Is it going to be the over-aggression, the disrespect, or more patient, deep hold? Noting 3 on the knife there.
The knife above shop, actually. Les going to try and get himself into a position, but eyes on the minimap. Look at Ye. He's already looking to challenge the back lines. Sorry, Victor. My mistake. Over towards Cannon. FNS not challenging just yet.
Yeah, but he's got to be careful here. Chomping at the bit on the other side. You can already see the close down. Aspas wanted him dead. Gets him out of there. Sadak going to connect towards stairs. That depletes Marv, but the answer came back from Crashies. I didn't think he was going to get it, but Sassy's going to pop his ult as well. Ye's still firing, still dodging the Hunter's Fury. But Les has been given so much room, but surrounded on both fronts. What can Les do with this? Has to pick up the pace now. And that's the problem. He's heard the steps. He's already been seen and considered. Diffuse going to come through, and Les can do nothing about this one. Has to sit and watch as the diffuse is made. Final blow given by Ye, but already we're seeing a really comprehensive look from OpTic here.
And Victor has so much space to work with. He actually, I'm pretty sure he updrafts over that trap wire. Nobody's within earshot. Les starting very early on. There's no challenge on mid from OpTic, giving Les that space, but it counts for nothing. It's a very pacey retake. OpTic reading into actually the tendencies very early on that it's maximum 4. The backstab's coming eventually, but they equalize numbers on site.
I want to see if they try and re-explore middle now. They've had a little bit of success with that, and 0 challenge for Les. Now, obviously, they were really hard committing towards the side by then, but speaking of hard commit, OpTic are back challenging in cave. They are just getting under their skin at this point.
Well, Des talked about it. Loud now, looking as if they're spread a little thin across the map. Trying to find some point of weakness here to exploit. Yeah, he actually has the benefit of that spy cam being behind the wall.
Oh, he can just get posted on this too if he wants to be.
See, the spy cam's not going to catch him. If Ye can post up here, he's actually going to swing it.
Quick as lightning, this guy. Les is gone.
And with the reads already on Les, you should see this rotation coming through. There's already 3 members towards A site. You can see now Ye looking to explore towards mid.
This is perfect. He's the shot! Pancada hands it out. Ye kept in check. That means Spike can get put back in hand, but no free cross here. Marv wanted to maybe police that. Sassy's got his back. Spike now can be ferried across towards the side, but is there a little pocket on the A side that I'm seeing here?
30 seconds
Okay, it's just
left.
Victor chilling by the wall for now. Now we're going to have the kind of opposing numbers. The rotation isn't safe either. The Owl drone is great. Victor doesn't get away with his naughtiness. Dealt with by the door, and now crashes in FNS, out of position here. I thought maybe that player was sitting a little deeper. I think it was Aspas, might have checked on them, but they've stuck towards the site. And that's the point, rightly so. Good choice by Aspas, and Crashies opting to save.
Like I said, we were going to note if Loud were to adjust here, and even after conceding less, in that lurk position with the spy cam, just looking to garner some map control, prevent OpTic from actually doing what happened in the previous round. But it's a great adjustment. Sassy actually coming back through to back up Pancada. Well, Crash is going to be able to hold on to this operator here. Pancada's on the hunt. Time all but expired by now. You see, though, the cogs turning, and the response is great from Ye because it's less. There's nobody else noted. Ye's on that angle, like I said, unnoted from the spy cam. He knows there's no setup towards Cannon. Ultimately, I don't even think anybody could pass into elbow there. So he has free reign to come back. That's why this kill right here, Pancada, so crucial to the outcome of this round.
Doing great work. It's actually broken a lot of the money here.
It's wild to see 5-1 on the scoreboard.
And that be the buy after the first
That be the
loss.
purchase, yeah.
Yeah, the Guardian coming in for Crashies. Ye does have Tour de Force.
I think Ye's actually just cycled a rifle through. He's just dropped a rifle through, so.
Yeah.
It's close to a full purchase.
So it's double up, essentially.
Yeah.
Victor retaining the operator. Brought across here for him. First time we get to see them tested by this double operator. So I'll see how Loud looks trying to navigate their way through here. See if they can work out where these reside. It's a full play lean towards the A side, no one top mid. So much pressure on Victor's shoulders if they do go back towards that B side, which, as it stands, they're running through the time. They're not in a hurry here.
Concern being if OpTic do slip back into a deeper hold. Typically, you would expect that with the pseudo double operator setup. See, Victor just tasked with anchoring. Does have the blade storm, so he can pop that. If he does feel a little bit of pressure as Loud creep closer and closer to elbow with this owl drone. Nothing found, but Spike heading towards Victor and the wall going up. That should be a big indicator for OpTic.
30 seconds left.
This has to be huge for Victor. This is such a pressure moment for him. And the support's on the way, but he is alone for now. And alone he stands. Takes down Les, looks towards connector. Spots another, takes another. Pops the ult, looks towards the side. Didn't overcook it just yet. Still hunting, still fighting, still fragging out. Somehow Victor keeps his cool. keeps the sight against all of the players, and Sussy, sadly with only 3 seconds, can't make a difference now. That was a critical round for Victor.
Beautiful adjustment as well. Knowing that Loud have slipped back into a much more sparse setup, waiting to receive this aggression. They burn up so much utility early on, and so much time on the clock. Ultimately, you push it onto, yes, it's a solo hold from Victor, but you slow creep into a site here versus an operator. Yay, even there to pick up a second kill from Archers. Beautiful stuff. And Loud actually will continue with this. See again. And the wall invested here, actually almost as a curveball. Try and maybe enable an early peak, but nobody towards double doors. But yeah, now you're going to get even more aggressive.
Way more proactive towards the B site now. I guess off the back of the Viper's pits, they are making this map seem so small. Now, the correct answer, though, is Aspas exploring through Tube. That contact made, that information gathered.
Victor's here, though.
Noting that it was potentially open, but the door's already been shut. And Victor, noting the barrel, comfortable on the shot. But a potential found, but it just instantly got closed in his face.
Whether or not this is a trend to continue now, OpTic in the early round looking to very quickly disrupt one extremity. Force the hand of Loud. Let's see. Sadak almost rewarded for his bravery there behind the Owl drone. Will tag FNS. Sadak's got forwards. Completely unconsidered. Less doubles down for it. FNS will fall.
Okay, they've got a player advantage finally, and Spike planted. Yes, there's the flank coming in, but that should be checked when they have the numbers to deal with this. Crashes! Catches the glimpse. Forcing the body to drop. But then waiting on the other side is Less. The grand equalizer for Loud, who is always delivering on so many fronts. Yeah, he's out of there. First time we're really seeing Loud starting to get a grip on some of these rounds.
And that's with that early aggression. I said that it's literally bespoke to dig Less out of a position, find one kill on the extremity, and force Loud into a less favorable position. They actually get through. Like I said, Sadak, not initially rewarded, but gets way ahead of the expectation of FNS. Moving in tandem with that Owl drone. Second on the board for Loud. But already this half heavily in favor of OpTic.
I mean, if they can maybe string a couple more together, more than happy to see it close in a little bit. Now looking at the purchase that can come through this round as well. It's lacking in some areas for OpTic, but on the other side, Alt's getting real close by. Aspas one away as well. You got 3 already hitting in. This is starting to look like Loud could potentially close this, Mike.
Expect them to potentially string a couple together here on the back of this ult cycle. Pancada has a Viper's Pit to convert a post-plant scenario. Aspas actually gets the Blade Storm online as well. Less, look at the position he's now forced to play. I think actually Sadak making moves with this null command to try and make use of it as deep as possible in Tube, but Crashies showing restraint here.
We haven't seen him lean door yet, have we?
There's been barely any challenge towards mid.
Yeah. One door pop. It's going to call Marv to attention, but doesn't actually know anyone just yet, surprisingly, even though there are 2 players there. And Crashies is posted on this as well. No one really to deal with the main pressure apart from Victor, but apparently he's good for it. But the trade does come through. Sussy going to punish as he tried to readjust away. Just a glimpse caught towards Tube, but patience being shown by Loud. They're not quite heading towards the site yet.
No pressure coming through mid either. Actually, the flash might come through this smoke, but Crashies turns it. Les has actually found a kill here. Crashies has to find something in response. He's found the first, a headshot on the second, but falls.
Not quite enough damage done yet. Yeah, in FNS, the last 2 standing. Spike is down, so Loud has the time in their favor. Les on the swing, and he's been so instrumental in Loud succeeding in some of these rounds. Now the Viper utility not really going to slow down the roll here, but this pop flash could be it. Let's see if they feel the timing right. There it is, goes in, and the swing. It's gorgeously done! Sadak leading in that round to perfection. Loud starting to get back in this game.
Chipped away at that round score and chipped away at the economy as well. 3 players going to be struggling here for OpTic. Victor and FNS, the only ones probably to invest here, but remove those ultimates from OpTic and Loud, like I said, in a position to really string a few together. That's 2. Still got the Blade Storm, still got the Viper's Bit. Sassy actually back on the brink of the Hunter's Fury as well. Nothing on the table for OpTic.
Apart from Victor just being sent to the blender. Aspas was waiting this time around. And similar scenes on the other side of the map. Les sharp with it. Crashy's trying his luck, but Les looks so ready. Yeah, extremely diligent read from Les. And only Ye to find impact, as this default we've been seeing held has actually succeeded pretty nicely. Now, there are still two players who can cause a problem. That's a rifle recovered, so maybe a chance at more danger, but the HP's already low for Crashies. And with the spike going down, they've got everything working in their favor.
I was going to say, no way that actually lands and kills Crashies. But it does.
It does.
Even here, you look at what's taken away from this. Pancardo's fallen, but a big cushion.
Oh, Les is on the hunt.
Well, he didn't hear anything here. Yeah, does he actually check through cannon, but...
Would he have noted that the rifle's gone? I guess he wouldn't have known when that was dropped, or at least actually collected, so... Stangier gets to slip away here, play his life and keep that rifle into the next couple of rounds, because we do now have Loud building a little back into this game. This is enough. This is a buffer coming through.
It's barely costing them anything as well. Hold on to the operator, 4 left standing. Sadak back 2 away from the null command. Still got the Viper's Bit. Loud are achieving this with minimal investment. It's just disgusting. Sure.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
OpTic will pump the brakes here. Call a timeout. So initially, it looked like the perfect read, right? They were looking to challenge Les, really get him out of that position, remove that kind of late round piece so they don't have to worry about it. And then actually in the rounds they couldn't. They were so aware, hyper aware of having numbers advantage on the retake, getting back through, knowing where and when to expect Les to show his hand.
Yeah, and him finding a little bit more activation in this game is certainly paying off now. At 7-7, as we all noted, a very quiet start. Didn't particularly get the ball rolling that early, but already starting to find their footing here.
We're being rewarded where OpTic want to challenge it, honestly. Actually, this is things where, you know, ultimately if OpTic had maintained that economy, the double operator setup actually does reward this sort of play style from Loud.
Oh, it very much does, so I don't think they're going to be really looking towards that, though. Financially, just doesn't seem in the cards at all now.
Like I said, it was weird to look at it, 5-1, where OpTic was still actually struggling to buy back into one of those rounds.
Yeah, it would have been potentially a different outcome if they'd been able to stabilize the money a little sooner, but...
I mean, it's going to be awkward as well. The next round, potentially Blade Storm, but look at what's left after this purchase. And this is round 11, bear in mind.
Yeah.
So round 12 could be really uncomfortable, especially if Loud don't have to invest anything again.
I mean, Loud are laughing. They've carved themselves the perfect start to this round. He wants to follow up Aspas, ripping through 2 of them. And OpTic getting a stark reminder that this is not over yet. This series is only getting started. Pancarda in the meantime going to collect on Ye. And here's the bailout! As quick as lightning, Aspas almost going to catch Crashies too. And they're just hunting him down for spawn at this point. Down solo, trying to stay alive.
Spike planted.
He's just on the run. There's a player to his right. There's just nowhere to get out of here now.
That's already got back behind this. 39 HP for Crashies, and we already talked about the finances. And with this round, actually, Crashies will find one, but Loud have already stacked the deck, have every ultimate available for the next. And Sassy seals the deal. Loud claw their way back into this half. Just one round separating them, 4 unanswered here.
This grit and determination coming out from Loud. I mean, look at this.
This is just ridiculous.
Oh, it's dreamy.
The flick on the second. Oh, show me that one.
I could watch it for days. I could watch it for days. They heard you call. They heard you call.
What is that?
What are you meant to do against that? Oh.
I'd say, I mean, the benefit of that round ending like that is there's barely any utility use, right? So this lesser purchase actually doesn't have as many gaps as a long, drawn-out round, right?
Yeah, you're right. Just how much Loud has to
the
work
one
with,
saving
though.
grace, right?
Yeah, brilliant. How's that silver lining? Real thin. But at this point, look at all of where?
That's big, though.
Where the hell did he just get a
That was in cave.
free kill?
That was
Fair
literally
enough.
from stairs to cave.
Okay. All right, well, Aspas gone. After having probably the most impactful round thus far. Highs and lows. Sassy trying to find that instant information, but Ye is there.
Spike down.
Left
A.
in the corner. Delivers the bullet. And it's Sassy, Les, and Benkada, but Les is still
That's
such
well,
a
now he
problem.
knows.
Wow, now he knows. Hello, there's someone else here. It's Crashies. Oh, the timing, but the adjustment better. Utility not quite what he wanted to at least facilitate a safe cross, but the spike's on the way. You got to make something out of this, Pancada. You got to do something to save your team. He's going to have to pull the trigger on the first, the second, and the third. Not going to happen. Ye flies in, and he's still trying to fire off. Looking for the follow-up here. Spike down the double swing. Finally gets put to bed, and the scoreline, Mike, we're at 6-6.
Switching sides.
I mean, how Loud have pulled that off. 5 unanswered to claw back in, and they just looked absolutely lost in the first quarter of this map here on Breeze. Great restraint from Pancada, doubling down on that position. Again, Les and Sassy play it perfectly. Don't give Ye an opportunity with that operator in hand.
Tied up, it could not be closer here. The resilience shown from Loud is why they are in the grand finals. 6 rounds, 5 unanswered at the end. The desk, what are your thoughts on that one?
Thank you very much, Pansy and Hyper. We know the operator players tend to pop off on Breeze, but there were some nuts shots here, Josh.
Yeah, in the first quarter, it was all about Victor. And I felt like, again, we set up this story about pushing on defense for OpTic. And I think that this head-to-head has ended up defining the majority of this first half.
Yeah, it absolutely has. I mean, Aspas making some massive plays to try and get them back into this, especially with his attack side operator. I mean, you just see it in the head-to-head. I think Victor, the early start that he got was a huge defining factor, but credit to Lau for being able to bring it back.
Take a look at how Victor was flanking as well. He makes his way around this trap wire so that he's able to get the flank. And this is how I expected the half to play around, with Victor trying to outplay Les and get the better end over the Cypher player, and Loud was still individually popping off. And then in the second half, they just found the rhythm.
Yeah, they really did. It was such a step up from every player on Loud, but in particular, Les had a big resurgence, finding those late lurks, punishing OpTic on the extremities, and giving his team those opportunities to pivot. But as we look towards the second half, he's again the guy that we have to talk about, particularly in the way that he plays as the anchor. He's almost always locking down towards me, very much just defined by how he holds space with the same setup on that site. And in their last game, he really got shut down. You see so many of his deaths just in that back corner of B, with a Jet diving on him deep, his utility already gone, and him getting taken down. So my focus is on Les to keep his performance up if Loud do want to convert this.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more. I think Les is such a playmaker for them. The guy is really heating up, and he's doing it at such a young age on the global stage right now. He has been the real difference maker in so many of their rounds, with clean trades and also multi-kills and opportunities just found with the lurks.
I think you can see, as Pansy said, that Loud are getting back into this game. Their belief is showing, the tenacity and grit is all there, and the players are heating up. I think this next half, it should be electric.
Yeah, OpTic, they have to find a way to stop this momentum, or otherwise Pansy and Hypok, it's going to get a little bit dicey for them.
I'm still working out my feelings after the Viper cosplay, I'm not gonna lie, Mike. But anyway, 6-6, the game actually could not get closer, and it feels like Loud are starting to believe this is now doable. Because it felt like a shutout at the start, the aggression was right, everything was starting to hit, and then it just, you know, the switch flipped. Now, what do we look at? Where are our key components we look at in the second half of both sides? What are you looking out for that could maybe be the swing factor of OpTic picking up this map, or Loud?
I mean, potentially for Marv to come online, he was punished a number of times looking for those kind of pop flash plays early on in the round. So really here, looking for him to write that. And yes, you can talk about just looking at the numbers there, 2 and 9, but it's the manner in which he was dying.
Is there anything
Number
to
of
stop
times.
Ye?
No, there isn't.
Right.
Loud's all the way, literally all the way posted deep on B is 3. Pancada. Now maybe as the wall goes up, they might consider the possibility. Another rotation coming through nice and early. It's Aspas here with the Sheriff. OpTic will pause for a moment here. I don't know if they're just allowing this paranoia to build, but as I said, 4 players have made their way to this side of the map already.
Went to the commit. There's already one out on the side. Yay, trying to be a nuisance, but he's in danger. Instantly threatened by Pancada, who gets to deal with him in time to be able to turn around and try and do some chip damage. But it's Aspas finding Victor. It's all going their way. It's all looking good. The shot to the back of the brain. Pancada denies Crashies. He followed up with finesse. Loud strike first in the second half.
Great awareness shown as well. Yay actually crosses into that corner closer to the double doors in Tube. Means he's out of range. He can't put his second TP down. There's no fail-safe there. Beautiful crunch there between Aspas and Pancada, actually. And these Sheriffs paying dividends here in the pistol. Starting to get fired up as well as they take the lead here. Just the light shield here for OpTic. Yay. 6 headhunter shots to make something work with. Like it might be a fast mid piece on the back of this poison orb, or maybe just to try and post Yay up a little deeper. They've achieved that very early on. Problem being with how deep Loud will play on B, they're just playing off the back of this spy cam, so Yay not going to be given much freedom once he crests this corner. Yes, he noted there.
Taken out.
Deals with it somewhat earlier because look who's creeping. Crashies. They have no idea. He's behind him again. Not again, Crashies. Not again! He's done it to him! Finds less. And noted one towards CT2. Sassy is going to be called to attention. He'd love to get that upgrade if he can. And yes, he does. Even better. And look how quick Marv's here.
I mean, look at Loud. They're a million miles away.
What
Just about coming back through next now. Sassy's here, but Spectre in hand. That Bulldog could go to work.
Glorious
Big
snipe,
info.
though. Couldn't ask for anything better. Sassy going to try and be brave, be the first man forward. Trade me if you must. We got to get a move on here. There's 4 players watching this cross. That flash forced them all away. Crashies need some help. They've got to be standing here like a shooting squad. Look at them all. Lined up, dropped, down, Loud. Back in on the site.
I mean, how Crashies has got into that position. Yay removes the spy cam, and on the back of that draws the attention of Less. I think Sassy, he's only jump spotting there, so Crashies finds the god timing to slip into main. And there's a point there where you see Spectres and dribs and drabs on the retake, and you think actually Crashies can go to work, play distance with that Bulldog, but Loud close it out. Holding their composure.
Okay. Bonus, how's it looking? What we got?
I mean, pretty well-rounded, honestly. Sassy going to ride through with a Sheriff, but 3 Bulldogs to work with here. Again, how we expect Loud to play, posted up on deep angles, but Aspas and Sassy immediately walking through here. Sanak's been found elsewhere.
Oh, but the timing.
Can they catch Yay here?
Yeah, they might be able to. Yay, not sure if he's even going to be considering this yet. No, he's absolutely not. He's gone down. Sassy's the one to actually get him, but damage done across the board. Both players now swarming the body to get the rifle. Aspas going to get that upgrade. But on the other side of the map, the victory is coming in. Already going to clear out the site from the 2 players defending it. So you have to look at how much damage Aspas and Sassy can actually achieve. And, well, Aspas is quite quick to it, but this is a difficult plan to try and work your way back in on.
And Sassy's still on that Spectre. Aspas, rifle in hand. Don't expect OpTic to over-challenge here. We'll try and keep as many of these rifles online as possible.
I like this swing, though, them committing towards CT side so they can potentially have the exits, knowing that, obviously, that challenge on Yay came in.
Well, but Victor's the one you got to be concerned about. Sassy actually finds Crashies.
Okay. Okay, Sassy, fair enough. Still going to be going for this. It's a bit of a slap back from Victor there. Good chip damage, and they're actually down to 2. So actually not bad economy damage at this point. You'll take that. You will not be winning the round here, but they've done what they wanted. They get to keep the rifle as well. Not too bad either. So a bit more damage than I'm sure OpTic would have liked, and a small bonus for Aspas as well.
We will see exactly where purchase will lie for OpTic. On the back of that, it's going to be light shields scattered across some of these rifles. Marv's going to be struggling, though. Actually does get, I think, the drop from Crashies, potentially. be able to get everybody online, but Loud with a slight advantage in that regard. Viper's Pit available for Pancada. Marv does have that null command. Still sitting at 2 and 12 here. OpTic looking to address mid just a little bit. And similar to how we saw OpTic defend, there's a lack of presence here.
Okay, only catches one. I thought I actually might have gone more potentially. I think just dipping in towards the drop. Actually managed to evade the full information off the back of the knife. That's pass on top. Dip down there as the 3-2 split towards the A side. Now, Utility committed towards the door, but they still have a way in, and Marv actually got 2 in that. I don't know how he got both, but he did. Unless he's forced to CT, he can no longer really have any say in the matter. That spike's going down. Now, maybe on the retake, we know that these guys have a ridiculous high standard of capability on these playback-ins, but a 3v5 is a really tall task, and Victor is the first challenge you have to get past. If you want in, ping down, and oh, the reply, Pancada sends it right back to him. FNS dead, and we're in a 3v3. Marv was already low. Suddenly not as impossible as it was before. Gonna force the hand that feeds. Sassy gonna try and send this one forward. Does he catch a tag? No, it's Ye in the meantime to find less. The flash slowed down Pancada. And it's looking like they might have just run out of time on this.
And if that Hunter's Fury does even just one tag onto Marv, looked like 2 were lined up there in main. Would have made it doable, but OpTic respond well. Yay, finding a kill here. Looks like they will equalize here. Pancada can find an exit, but expect him to wait this one out. Best did carry through 2300 here. Actually, Advantage is kind of swinging back towards OpTic in terms of this ultimate cycle. And his ears must have been burning. Look at that entry from Marv. Knowing full well, actually, with the null command going, he can be traded fairly comfortably with, I think, Victor and FNS backing him up through double doors there. But 2 for 2 on the half now. Look at the purchase here for Loud. The Guardian, a Bulldog. A couple of light shields as well. Big info once again from Sadak.
And a mid challenge coming down as well for Aspas. Gonna spot, I think that was FNS. But yeah, he's already potentially gone outside of the angle. Expect to be, he's diligent enough to check, but he copped a headshot on the way out. Aspas down to 3, but Les gonna help him out. That's a big punish actually. Yo going down, but look at the space that Victor's found as well.
Sadak's just coming up the road now. The tag actually onto Pancada is punished.
So it is. Victor now just going to try and unleash, take the space away, 15 HP, but he's got themselves the site at least. They can maybe work out from this one, but you got to look towards Sadak potentially to cost them the cross. Can't do it. Has to at least give that one up. The flank's on the way. Aspas coming around on 3 HP. It ain't much, but it could do some damage here. Victor playing up close towards yellow as well. Spike now down, time in a OpTic side, but this post plant is not comfortable at all.
Aspas doesn't spot anything on default either. Marv now looking to challenge and finds the headshot, lands it. Aspas will fall.
Standing ahead.
Actually going to send that recon bolt through. Sadak still struggling to get anything done through the door. And actually, let's switch back to the yellow. He's found the first.
Yeah, let's might fight some more! Loud right back in this game! Taking the lead away! Tearing it out of OpTic's hands to defuse the formality to it.
I mean, you look at some of these setups, you think Loud that, yeah, there's no way. Sadak has so much to deal with, so much pressure coming towards him. And Les just slips the net. Gets ahead of that. Sassy with the perfect timing on that backstab. That's even after OpTic just showed it's literal perfection sometimes. The timing there from Victor to get on the back of that tag onto Pancada, create that opening. But then it counts for nothing. And that was with a Guardian in there, a Bulldog in there.
Yeah.
Loud made it look easy.
Just the timing, the synergy starting to really hit for me when I'm watching how Loud are playing in some of these retakes. And it's one of the stats I think the desk brought up at the very start of the day is how statistically strong they are at those retakes. And I mean, you see it so tangibly so often with them, you know, being an outlier on it. So again, wonderful to see that in motion here, but I'm just happy we get a close game. 8-9 now, Loud picking up where they left off. OpTic financially in a curious spot here. able to fashion a purchase, but it will be missing certain areas. The bells and whistles will not be there, but a couple of ults coming in, so, you know, some moments to look towards.
Well, the interesting thing to note, actually, is statistically, this is one of their worst. I think, actually, their worst in terms of retake success, but it's on defense, their ability to find first bloods and convert 5v4s.
Yeah.
That's the fascinating thing here, because now they're actually winning out in the side of their game on defense that actually you wouldn't expect them to. That's to say as well that OpTic actually are close to 70% post-plant conversion rate, which is mad.
Yeah.
Get out of my way!
Viper's bit off the rip here for Pancada. Try and slow down any progress towards B. Does still have less here. See, actually, OpTic were trying to get ahead of this, potentially.
Take flight.
I don't know if Crashies can figure anything out with the drone.
Timing on the knife, pretty decent as well. Looking at the exploration mission from Aspas. Once again, down tube. So if they do double back, probably going to be the early warning signal at the very least. The worst, the downfall of them falling away, but not the first time we've seen them explore this, so hopefully it's on the priority list if you are OpTic to stay diligent to check this on the way back around.
Aspas, though, at least going to hear the sound cue of that jump peak. You see he pops the dash on the back of it. That's just damage here. It's F&S to make sure that kill doesn't come through, and the mid-split's right through. Victor trying to get within a Blade Storm.
He had to try and close that down, finally gets suppressed, but by now the damage is done. Sassy's there, but the reply comes in, death from above. Now the 4v3, numbers favorable towards OpTic. They can get the plant. A quick flank from Pancada, and they've kept their space on the side. They still have Tube, they still have CT, but what they do now have is a man behind them. It's Pancada on the flank, but the Viper's Pit in position. There's a player to his left, and the timing could work out here. Crashies get the timing just right. They seem aware of this. Yay already looking this way, and Crashies done him dirty, got Pancada dead. And now the final two players who are allowing a little bit of time for work feel irrelevant to the outcome. How are they meant to get back into this? Step into the green and just hope for the best. Not finding anything here.
Marv actually finally coming through with that flash. The trade comes through, Crashies to clean it up. OpTic tie things up. This is on the back of early on. There's no rotation on the back. You can see the pings coming on the back of that Viper's Pit, but OpTic just set themselves up to pop through double doors. Beautifully executed. So Lesson and Carnage is so far away from this, they can't really slow that down. See now, actually, if OpTic feel as if they have a bit of freedom in mid, whether or not they actually resort back towards splitting a site. Loud back down on two Sheriffs, a Stinger, a Bulldog. Blade Storm available for Aspas, though. Zanax immediately through Cave.
Huge information.
Vital so early on.
And it really reassures Aspas he is in the right place for this. Now, eventually we'll have to pay attention towards main. Eyes trained on towards mid, and he's really made a meal of it. Nightmare scene. Does get at least the Stinger, but it's really not much to be writing home about here. Could have done with a kill off that. But the fast flank is in. Now Crashy's very diligent, but I think just missed the timing on the window. And saying all of this, Sadak, how much more can he do though? It is a 4v3, but the weaponry's still good, but they are pinned in towards elbow, Mike. Needs someone to bail him out from here, and F&S tried, but didn't get what he wanted.
Now, Pancada with his Bulldog has to go huge, and he's found the spike. Crashies will fall. Gonna spot out Victor as well. A little bit of damage to follow up the second kill there. F&S tries to respond, but Aspas closes things out. The thrifty response from Loud. And that's with Aspas cooking it with the Blade Storm.
The fast flank coming through. So many things going right. That little bit of window of time where Crashies almost caught him as he crossed in towards window, and the punish that was picked up towards, I think it was Yay there. Again, the timing great for Loud, but perfect responses in kind. Nothing working out on the other side. And this was the start of things. Whole lot of information. And again, with that fast walkout, they already kind of knew that. So really making it count in the thrifty, and back and forth again we go. 9 to 10 now.
Similar position to earlier, actually. There's no comfort in the finances here.
That's bad. How far would you go? Let's see. It looks quite all in from OpTic, genuinely. This seems very direct, not particularly exploring many other options, which will lead to their own problems.
And Loud happy to give it up. Neither Sadak or Pankada
Aspas is
challenge.
walking this. Yeah, he's walked straight up from door, and
What?
no one was watching it. Just dipped right back on in and out. There's problems galore, but Ye on the bailout, ready to save the day again. Melted and burned down, but still alive. And OpTic are panicking. And now surrounded, they didn't get to the deeper post plants. The pop flash to bail them out. Does at least give them a little bit more freedom, but the instantaneous trade. Rez gonna come in, maybe not. Toyed with. Oh, Ye predicts the push back in perfectly. And did Victor even see him? I do not know. We're tied all even. Answer right back in kind here for OpTic.
What was that headshot from Victor? The Viper wall was up. What a ridiculous response here. Ye going huge for OpTic. The second here onto Aspas as well. Resets to this position. Perfect read on the timing. Show me the Victor kill. Like, that was ridiculous to close that out.
Oh, but they've shattered the money now.
It comes back to the same thing. No financial comfort. It's 10 apiece now.
And it's scrappy buys in here. We've got an operator with a light armor. And we've
walked
got,
it off the rip.
They both walked it. They're both here. They're both here. Let's just hold it. The window. Sassy. Audacious play. And the follow-up for Les. 2 picks back-to-back. Perfect start for Loud.
And even here with FNS in position for this very reason. Sassy isolates Marved. Crash is going to come through with the drone here. Already less left to handle B site, at least on the back of the spy cam. Not really sure if it was noted there, but yeah, it was. Crashes comes through. Keep your eyes on Victor though. He's got himself into tunnel already here. Sassy slipped into archway. He's planning on playing off contact here, but Victor's come through and he's found the kill.
Okay, it's 3 of them here. Now just 2, so it should be fine, right? You got Crashies and Ye with an operator though, and a little bit of room to work here. Straight towards the side they go. They want to shut this man down. They want him dead to right. They want him gone. They want him buried. Who dares step forward first? Crashes by Pillar, spots one, takes one. Trade comes in, it's all on Ye. Now the problem starts to really mount, and lovely work from Aspas, the timing good. Diffuse gonna come in and Loud once again take the lead. But Mike, the start of that round in my mind was everything.
It really was. And like I said, FNS, or OpTic in general, prepared for this, right? But Sassy still threads the needle, finds that first blood. And then even less there, the contingency plan on it.
One enemy remaining.
Such a ballsy play to make here. OpTic will now feel the pinch again. It's actually crazy to just look at the money every single round. They're going blow for blow, Lauren.
It is obscene how close this is. The back and forth between these two sides, both elevating in kind every single time. Another bailout on a Thrifty or an individual pop-up for a really creative play. This is the grand finals you truly love seeing. This rematch, fabled now. Let's see if it does hold true to a back and forth. This would be OpTic if that's the case. This could be the one to double down on though if you're allowed. Make it to 12. Knife going in, good timing. Should note, I thought maybe 2 there, but actually only catching 1.
Well, actually, Sadak posts up a little deeper on this. You can see him creeping that way, but Crashes here with the spike. Marved has to stand his ground. Both tuck in, and actually Marved comes out on top.
But they hit the brakes. They're not, you know, building off the back of it.
With Victor posted here, though, he's got good information on this rotation. At least he's within earshot. That could be the green light, though, with FNS being suppressed.
They have to go now. Finding Pankada, that it would be looking such an opportunity in the mouth and turning it down. So now already Pong going to come in, but on the other side, that's a connection. Hold on, FNS, can he do the dance well enough? Oh, keeps his life. Good work for him, and now the plant can come through. 10 seconds, none of these shock darts will find any purchase in time. So now it's the post plant. And OpTic, this is looking like it's that silliness of the back and forth, and Ye in the back lines. He's got 3 potential targets in front of him. Headhunter to hand, spots 1, goes a little astray. does get across the line towards Les, but predicts Sassy maybe swinging, but Aspas has gotten to the site. Jump spot confirms him there. He's got plenty of problems to try and work through if he wants this. No, they're giving him nothing.
Yeah. Not even giving him an opportunity, and Ye comes through, gets around Sassy, somehow slips past this tube hold. And OpTic will tie things up now as Sassy desperately tries to hold on to this rifle.
Shot down.
We'll find another one to Ye, but I don't think they can close the distance here. Crashes might actually catch him. No, Sassy sharp to it.
Back and forth. Look at
the
the timeline.
What is that?
From the round 17, it's been back and forth the whole way, and you'd think the economy would have had an impact or something, but it seems to go beyond that. It seems to not care if they're on a thrifty or if they're on a full buy, if they have ults or not. It is back and forth. If it keeps going through this way, though, should be loud to convert it. Right? Right?
Right.
Right? Huh.
I mean, they come into this. Sadak, the only one missing a weapon right now. Aspas with the operator in hand. Viper's Pit available. And Aspas actually one away from the Blade Storm, so that could be crucial here to be able to round out this purchase. The other side, OpTic, going to be feeling pretty happy with themselves with some upgrades in that previous round. Crashes on that Hunter's Fury as well. Like I said, just the psychological warfare in these early rounds. Loud looking to continue that trend as well. OpTic haven't really won out from, you know, one of these wide defaults, and Loud are the ones to continuously punish that. It's actually then on the lesser purchases, not necessarily the thrifty rounds, but the lesser purchases where OpTic then look to stack up and hit a side together. It seems to work pretty well.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I feel like the retakes have come on their buy rounds, which
I know.
is like...
Huh. Okay, 11-11. Make a wish. This is so ridiculous that we are here. So this should be a loud round. Now, of course, they have a stinger, so fantastic. Yeah, they seem great with it.
Look at the adjustment, though. Les and Aspas walking mid early on.
But the site's completely free. OpTic are in for free. There's no challenge. And that's devastating. Victor! Insane impact of the spray. He just goes wild in towards middle, and Marv actually gets the benefit, gets the best of Les. And now the plant's in, and they read it perfectly. They could not have made a better guess of this one.
Here.
Aspas, Sadak, Pancada, anything in the tank here. There's no ways in. They don't have that springboard yet. Where's that first pick going to come from?
Look how deep FNS is playing off this as well. I don't know if he's actually playing for a lineup here, but Loud have to find value on site now. Marv's going to close things off with a fragment, actually set up for a flash here. Ye will find a kill.
No, they don't want it anymore. You saw the 180 from Aspas. They are out of there. It looks like OpTic might have actually broken the back and forth trend. Finally pulling around back-to-back here. Oh, and Aspas. The shot just missing. And it looks like 12 will be theirs. OpTic taking this into map point. Loud still have the chance to find a reply. They need those rifles. They'll keep them. Two finally combined. Round 22, 23. The first they've got back-to-back in some time here. It was off the back of this, walking into the open site.
And this is with the Viper's Pit going down on A. So Loud feel as if actually they can lock down A and maybe find progress elsewhere. And it's mid they have their sights set on.
Is there anything more Loud can do? Bulldogs, bits and pieces, scraps, Mike. They haven't got much.
They really haven't. Blade Storm for Victor. Hunter's Fury for Crashies. And the crowd behind the green wall now. Sassy showing a little more restraint here. It's the Owl drone to clear through. Ye actually posted up in anticipation of Aspas. You can see on the X-ray. Almost kindred spirits here.
Get out of my way.
Predicting this so well, knowing that Aspas would love to have impact in a round like this. Weaken the other side, but he doesn't want to overdo it, overextend. This is all guesswork. This is all just consideration. And a bit of timing. Aspas, this could be everything for you and your side, or it could be dead and gone. It could be all for nothing, and that is a problem. Now you're surrounded, you don't know how much danger you're in. You just saw it. Aspas has to run. Gets to keep his life, 87 HP, and he's still standing. And he's gone back for more! He's got Marv! That's a spike now seen as well. So telling of this time. The rest of the team is on the way through caves, just so well, punishing it. Oh! Can you believe it? Aspas beheads Crashies, and the other two turn plan. They're looking towards B. They want none of what he's selling. And off towards B we go. Victor and FNS, can you close it, or is it OT
30
again?
seconds left.
Less. The angle is gorgeous.
Remaining.
The kill towards Victor. The follow-up is there. It's deserved at this point. It's going OT.
What an insane exchange of rounds here in that second half of Breeze. There is nothing separating these teams. Bar 800-900 credits in some of these purchases. Absolutely ridiculous. Heroics from Aspas. Another outrageous Blade Storm kill.
How? How does he do it?
Remaining.
And Les as well, playing his life so effectively. FNS
Safe
actually
play.
gets spotted on the spy cam. Les slips away. He makes them deep clear all the way through B site and punishes that.
Such a safe pair of hands there. Okay, looking like glass cannons on either side, but it's Victor to really don it on towards this. Here running that.
This is the first time we're going to see OpTic address mid with a potential flash play here on the defense.
There's the flash. No one was actively working at that point towards taking space or actively holding the angle, seeing a little bit deeper towards bottom mid. So I wonder if Victor gets any reward for this.
I mean, Pancala and Sassy literally just have a crossfire set up right now. They're expecting OpTic to walk mid. Because out of double doors, but with an operator, how deep does he actually push through here?
He's committing on it. Yeah. The owl drone, he just saw it. Does he get to be able to tuck in?
I don't think he saw Victor though.
No.
He's going forwards.
He hasn't been seen. Victor's got away with just daylight robbery. He just avoided the owl drone. He's still in middle, but he's being chased down. Pancada's out there as well. The hunter becomes the hunted, but he gets to slip away, and he's gone unnoted.
God. Oh my God. Actually, Sadak is making his way with the spike back over here. On the other side thing.
Who's on the side?
Pancada hasn't been noted.
How's Pancada got this far? Completely unnoted. They can't rotate.
Surely he backstabs archers here.
30
Surely.
Surely. But now though, Ye under so much scrutiny here, feeling all of that pressure coming his way. Les needs to win the fight, doesn't. Now they've got problems. Aspas the one to do it, but that's Pancada. You called it. Takes the fight towards Victor. Now there's nowhere for anyone to help out. Crash is going to hold the site, but a 2v2. They have no time. They got a plan. They got a plan now. Sadak, no gun to hand. He just gets the spike down. That's the best he could do. Taken out by FNS now. Aspas, the 1v2, the one that took them to OT, has to go big again. And Crash is closing the gap. He's got him. OpTic. Take the first in OT.
I mean, the swing back and forth in terms of the advantage or the favorable situations here in this round, it's just mind-boggling.
Switching sides.
Pancada wins such an important duel with Victor just ahead of this, then doubles down, but FNS and Crashies, they toe the line, and I'll be honest, if Aspas has any other gun there, he can stay on site.
Sure.
He can actually take a fight.
Yeah.
Yes, he's got no armor, he's glass cannon coming into that, but he has to reset away with the operator. What a round.
Oh, the signs go up as the timeout comes in. OpTic want some composure, want a moment to talk it through, regain that focus, not let it slip out. You don't find any sort of mistakes. You see Chet is just on that mic. He is talking through every single thing to keep in the forefront of their minds here. Looking like good moves though starting to hit, as they do have that advantage now after Loud drew this back.
We'll see what the approach is here for OpTic as well. Whether or not Loud on the defense, whether or not Sassy's going to get aggressive anywhere, whether or not Sadak's going to take some space away from OpTic. Total pace shift coming back into overtime here, at least early on. Aspas back on that glass cannon. As if he's going to be tasked with holding down Tube, but not going to find anything on the other end of that. Not even Ye. OpTic are stacked as 5 outside and already poising for a set piece here with the pings coming through, but there's 3 members of Loud.
Right place.
To try and hold this down, Lauren.
This is so much for OpTic. That knife. Oh,
it's
only
one.
got one?
And it's Ye, that's the worst person.
People. But now they're going to see utility committed. But as I said, they started to pull away from the side. Victor trying to get towards the pillar, but he gets caught. Les sends him back. And now it ain't done yet. Spot another player. Less on the case. Spray goes good. He gets down Marv. Five still stand for Loud. They've sent them away. They've sent them running from the gates. Loud finding the answers in the right moment. Now Ye and Crashies. No way have you got a way out of this one. It's all on Crashies now. It looks destined for another go. Crashies, he's got problems left, right, center. The first challenger in front, but probably a bullet to the side of the brain feels inevitable, but he actually gets away. He's got 50 seconds to work with here.
He's actually spotted Pancada all the way at bottom mid as well.
This out. Like, he's got big info on this now.
Tons of time to play with as well.
And they're leaving B. No.
Leaving B with less down on 11 HP as well.
No. No? Surely.
He can't get it.
He's got to go. Okay, so he's dealt with that early enough. 30 seconds. Still giving himself a chance, but he's going to pull the players back, but he's going to go for a mad rotation now. 20 seconds. Does he have time for this?
And actually being spotted with the Al Jones pulled Pancada off this. He's got the time to make it to site. I mean, it's going to take a hell of a lot for anyone on the side of Loud to get ahead of this, but...
He could have Hunter's Fury potentially if he's able to get the plant, then one more. Look at him. Look at this. You know he's got a couple of seconds on this one. Away we go. Plant going to come down. Nothing to stop it. He's doing everything. Now, what do they have? Oh, my word. Crash can take a little touch of damage. Sussy got there so fast. 13-13. All even.
A beautiful hold by Loud as well. Even though that's essentially a 5v3, the knife comes through, it marks Ye. Like I said, possibly the worst indicator, right? The one you'd almost expect to be posted up on flank control. OpTic pop on the back of it. Actually, at that point, the fight comes through with the choke point being their demise. Well, that number advantage counts for nothing.
El Clasico is delivering.
Yeah.
It really is, yo. I wasn't... And it's such a unique kind of rivalry that is purely forged from just the amount of times they faced each other. Nothing outside of the game. None of that. It's purely all about the game itself. What a brilliant concept. And what a fantastic start. Aspas again rolling it back, finding Victor, and opening up an avenue. They're pressing this hard. They ain't going to back away from this. One towards the stairs, one towards the top side, over by CT. Aldrone doing its thing, but he's got support there. No one to close down the gap, but this is feverish. The pace! 338, the back of the brain's going to hurt. FNS is going to have a headache. And Crashies, Marved, and Ye left in tatters here. What do they do with it?
Found another one. Actually, the Blade Storm comes through, but it's Sadak to seal the deal. The Prime Gaming flawless in round 27. For Loud to go ahead. Aspas back on the glass cannon. It's Ye on the other side of it this time. Another opener here from Tube. He gets here so quickly with that updraft. It was just getting ahead of the timing. FNS as well. And you get pinged by the recon bolt or the Aldrone, I'm not even sure, but punished on the back of that. How Sadak and Aspas can find any sort of comfort in that position is beyond me.
Pure chaos. One map apiece. So many opportunities now and a tag towards Sassy, but
Sassy ate that, yeah.
Surprised he got to keep his life down to 49. Who takes the advantage in this overall series so far? Yet to be determined. Still, chances here for OpTic to close us back in, but a very patient default being toyed with, Mike.
Adjustment here on the utility as well. Les has actually put a trap down towards double doors, I believe. The number of times that OpTic leant back into kind of that mid-round split onto a site. The other adjustment being Aspas tucked into that corner on the right side of main. You take a glance at the minimap, you're almost feeling as if OpTic are leaning this way, especially with the trap set here. And they're going back towards this split potentially.
Aspas
Victor
terrifies me though.
Yeah.
This guy's an absolute demon. 25-16, he's having a highlight game.
Victor comes away. There's going to be no secondary layer of pressure here.
How'd you get him off this angle? How'd you force him away? Gets suppressed, so he will stand and he'll fight, but that doesn't seem to really fuss him much. Left. 30 seconds.
They're not in the door yet.
They're not even out main. There's going to be one flash and go, and Aspas is ahead of this. Oh, great work from Victor. There's still problems ahead. There's still players on the side. It's not a safe plant. There's still someone towards the backside itself. That Carter. Oh, and it's great work. OpTic so diligent. It's such pressure moments to potentially take us to 14-14. It's on Sadak and Les to dissuade that narrative. Just one, and it looks like we're going to be going again. This game is not over. over yet. 14-14. What a fated matchup to go so far.
Switching sides.
The patience
Overtime.
on display. But then the concern comes to how disciplined is the site here. Crashies finds the tag. The knife reveals it, but it doesn't paint a picture. Aspas knows at this point, and they force his hand. You see Victor there to find that one, but the flash is pixel perfect.
That was so
from Marv.
impressive. So impressive to clear backside. Even just keeping that your mentality about you in such a high pressure situation. And Mike, I got to ask you about this. Are you seeing this too? The double op coming out here in OT. It's both Ye and Victor this time opting for it. This is super dangerous. Now, do they get to... Oh, the timing on this.
No,
Nutmegging the players.
Victor's actually anchoring
This
towards
pressure
me.
again. This true pressure has been so good for Loud. So dangerous to depend on, but once again, it's found some validity.
Down A.
But Carter and Sadak, the ones to find it. Let's keep it controlling towards middle. And we didn't even see the operators. They didn't even have a say. These pacey hits from Loud. So outrageous, but so good. And now Victor, irrelevant, surely. Still has to get past Les in middle, who's just gonna play for time. And Loud once again take advantage.
Absolutely backhanding OpTic to find another
sides.
lead here in
Match
overtime
point.
as we enter round 30. That was a curveball there. If either of those operators had found early value, could have completely changed this. I think actually Sadak lucky to escape there because I think he's spotted initially. Ye post one blind into that poison orb and he's just out of sight.
Yeah. I found glowing glasses for you. Nice.
Here.
14,
Just donated
15.
them, I guess.
That's nice. He's off. That's... Excuse me. Has he got
He's
the
going to hear the
right?
jump spot though from FNS.
I think so.
OpTic back on this mid
They're going
split once
straight through
again.
mid. But again, this also means that Sadak can't fall here, right? Sadak has to place. I don't think he heard him. Now he has. Oh, he can't do it! FNS bests him, and suddenly there's problems. Sadak now all alone. He's got players pouring in. One to the left, two to the front. The flash takes a fair amount of it himself. He can't really play out of it yet. A labored spray, but he holds on. Back to the wall. He still holds on. And now it's all on Crashies. 3 players to find, a spike to plant, and only 50 seconds to do something about it. Spike's down, needs a kill, and he'd get Hunter's Fury. Maybe that could be something. He's composed himself here. Oh, and another spot, 3 bullets in the mag. He falls away. He needs 1 kill. That's what he's desperate for. Another attempt and another death. And no more OTs. Loud. Finally get across the line here. But this is a marathon of a game, Mike.
I mean, just an absolute brawl to the death, a slugfest back and forth. That second half just